Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Did you know that a single, simple formatting typo on an invoice could literally bring your entire business in Saudi Arabia to a grinding halt? Today we're taking a topic that might seem a little intimidating and transforming it into a clear, actionable roadmap for your business. We're looking directly at Saudi Arabia's ZATCA regulations. That's the Zakat Tax and Customs Authority. If you operate a business in the kingdom, wrapping your head around these e-invoicing rules is absolutely essential. Our goal today is to demystify this whole process so you can secure your operations and really set your business up for unhindered growth. So let's just cut right to the chase with the single biggest question keeping IT managers and CFOs up at night right now. Is your business actually ZATCA compliant? I know it sounds like a simple question, but the answer really requires a deep dive into your daily operations, your software systems, and your reporting protocols. Getting this wrong can severely disrupt your business, but getting it right, that opens the door to incredibly seamless modern commerce. Here's how we're going to break this down today. 1. The ZATCA compliance mandate. 2. Registration and system setup. 3. Issuing and integrating e-invoices. 4. Security and record keeping. 5. Audits and non-compliance penalties. And finally, 6. The benefits of compliance. Let's get right into it.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the ZATCA compliance mandate.
Okay, so when you look at the full compliance lifecycle, you'll see this 8-step flow sequence. It takes you all the way from your initial registration on the left, straight through to filings and audits on the far right. I know, it looks like a lot to take in at first glance, but don't worry. We're going to break this exact journey down into super simple phases so you can see exactly where your business fits into the bigger picture.
But before we dive into step 1, let's get on the same page about the ultimate goal here. The mission is straightforward: stay compliant, stay secure, and grow with confidence. This isn't just about dodging trouble. It's about upgrading your financial infrastructure so that you can ensure full compliance, entirely avoid those unnecessary penalties, and ultimately support the long-term growth of your business.
Moving right along to Section 2, registration and system setup. So getting set up really boils down to 3 initial steps. First up, you've got to figure out if you actually meet the mandatory VAT registration threshold. Though, keep in mind, voluntary registration is totally an option too. If you do meet the requirements, Step 2 is heading over to the zatca.gov.sa portal to get registered and snag your official VAT registration number. Third, you have to prep your software for e-invoicing compliance. You need the right ERP or accounting system in place, and honestly, I hate to break it to you, but your trusty old spreadsheets, yeah, they're just not going to cut it anymore.
While you're setting all this up, you're going to hear the word fatura thrown around a lot. What does it actually mean? It simply refers to the mandatory e-invoicing system. Basically, you have to use approved ZATCA-compliant ERP or accounting systems that are fully equipped for Phase 2 clearance and reporting. You can't just use some basic off-the-shelf invoicing app. It absolutely has to meet ZATCA's rigorous standards.
All right, on to Section 3, issuing and integrating e-invoices.
Once your setup is locked in, your daily workflow involves the next 3 steps. Step 4 is generating the actual electronic invoices. Step 5 is pinging that invoice data straight to ZATCA for clearance. And Step 6 involves applying robust data security and digital signatures. This right here, this is the heartbeat of your compliance. It's the real-time processing of your daily business transactions.
Now, to actually issue a compliant invoice back in Step 4, you absolutely have to include some very specific mandatory fields. Like I said earlier, you can't just hand over a handwritten receipt anymore. Your electronic invoice needs your VAT number, a scannable QR code, the exact transaction amounts, and the precise date and time. Plus, these invoices have to be generated in specific digital formats, namely XML or PDF A3, depending on your specific transaction type.
And jumping back to Step 5 for a second, let's demystify what Phase 2 integration actually looks like in practice. Honestly, it just means your system is talking directly to ZATCA's servers. Every single time you generate an invoice, boom, that data gets sent to ZATCA for clearance. Once they clear it, they send back a unique identifier, or UUID. Without that UUID, your invoice isn't integrated and it isn't compliant. It's essentially a seamless digital handshake for every single transaction you make.
Which brings us to Section 4, security and record keeping.
Listen, ZATCA does not mess around when it comes to data integrity. You must use digital certificates from approved service providers. You also need to guarantee the absolute integrity of your data using a cryptographic stamp. This ensures what they call non-repudiation, which is just a technical way of saying nobody can deny a transaction took place or try to secretly alter it after the fact. And finally, you've got to maintain all these electronic records securely for the statutory period required by ZATCA policy. Doing this guarantees your long-term business security.
Moving into the home stretch with Section 5, Audits and Non-Compliance Penalties.
Step 8 is basically the grand finale of your compliance efforts. It's a great reminder that this doesn't just magically stop the second an invoice is sent. You still have to diligently charge the 15% VAT on all taxable supplies. You've got to file your VAT returns on time, pay what you owe on time, and, this is huge, you must cooperate fully during any ZATCA audits and reviews. But hey, if you've kept pristine electronic records from the previous steps, those audits are going to be incredibly straightforward.
And finally, Section 6, the benefits of compliance.
When you stack up the outcomes, it's pretty much a no-brainer, right? Think about the massive headaches of non-compliance. We're talking direct fines, severe legal penalties, and major disruptions to your business. Contrast that with the incredible benefits of just playing by the rules. Compliance gives you total peace of mind by dodging legal issues entirely. It builds genuine trust with your customers. It ensures your day-to-day operations run incredibly smoothly. And on a macro level, it proudly supports Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 digital transformation goals. You're not just following rules, you're actively modernizing your business.
I want to wrap up this explainer by leaving you with one really vital, kind of provocative question. Are your systems updated to meet ZATCA's latest announcements today? Because here's the thing, regulations and announcements are constantly evolving. You have to make sure your systems stay updated. Don't wait for a surprise audit to find out your software is obsolete. Take immediate action on your compliance journey today, lock down your data, and set your business up for a really prosperous future. Thanks so much for